No.
That's crazy talk.
I was never in.
Yes, you were. You might have just off that episode and didn't get your invitation. Anyway, she was in the bus and God, she was so funny. She was so excited. You know, you forget there's an age gap as well. And yeah, she's just so excited and so fun and like up for anything.
I pissed her off. I don't think I'll ever get on that show because I really pissed her off. But I'm not going to tell you why. Next.
Did you guys prefer being evil or nice in episodes?
I love evil. Evil's fun. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah. Yes, what he said.
Evil.
Evil.
She likes both.
You know, because we spend all of our days trying to be nice to each other and trying to be adult and mature about it, you know, and so you get to play evil so you get to do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
You also can work out your rage, your anger. I have issues.
Hey, brother.
Hello, big fan of you guys. Thank you for coming out today. What I wanted to, this is for James, Charisma, and Julie. What I wanted to ask was, both your characters went back and forth between being good and evil a lot on both of the shows, and I wanted to know how, as an actor, you were able to navigate that, because it really came off pretty effortless when 1 week you guys are evil, and then the next week, you know, you feel a little bit more sympathy towards the character, even though you know that they're evil. So I just wanted to know what that was like as an actor.
I never really looked at Darla as evil, just misunderstood. Here she was in love with a man who didn't love her back. We can all relate to that. And she's a bit of a stalker. She couldn't let go. However, I mean, I also don't view her as nice. So, I mean, I think for me it was just, I never knew what the storylines were going to be. Half the time, I don't think we even knew what the scripts were going to be while we were filming. So pretty much I just worked off of what was on the page. I remember in season 2 of Angel when Joss came to me one day. It was after Darla had been, you know, brought back to life in the box, and I still thought she was a vampire, and Joss came to me one day and he said, "We're gonna make her human." And I was like, "But I've been playing her like a vampire." And he's like, "No, you're human now. We came up with this great idea, you're human now." And I kind of got upset. I didn't think it was gonna be fun being human. And then I actually started liking playing Darla as a human. And then he came to me and he goes, "Oh, Darla's gonna be a vampire now." And I was like, "No, I don't want to be a vampire anymore. I like being human." And so half the time we never knew what was going on. I never knew what was going on with the story. So it's great to hear that you actually bought my performance. Because I had no idea what I was doing.
I think the only part I didn't like, I remember having this, it was a homecoming episode of Buffy, and I'm in the green dress, and Sarah's in the red dress for like Christmas. And, you know, I have the spatula, and we're in the cabin, and I actually went to the emergency room that day. I went face forward in a desk, I tripped over antlers that were on the set, and then I got one of those shots, the tetanus shot, and then broke the needle, and I had to get in the tetanus shot in the other arm, so I was like this for 2 days. It was, everybody felt bad for me, and Sarah wrote me a note, "Oh, fine way to try to get a free nose job." She's funny. I never had a nose job. I just want to put that out there. Anyway, where was I? Oh, Christmas. I didn't like playing dumb and ditzy. I hated it. And I remember really like almost in tears and saying that to Greenie, David Greenwald, who wrote the best dialogue for Cordelia. And I said, I really don't, she's, you know, she's a hussy, she's stupid, and she's, you know, evil, and she's nice. It's like, ugh, pick one. And I really had a problem with that. And I remember, I will never forget this. David Greenwald just me, he goes, "But that's why America loves you, Charisma." And I said, oh, you know, like, I very limited in my thinking, and that's why I don't write. And that's why he writes. You know, he can see the big picture. He can see the arch. He may be shooting episode 1, but he is thinking about season 2, episode 9. Like, that's how his brain works. He's got it all sorted out. And, you know, I felt like I was in amazing hands. And I remember Gail Berman, one of the executive producers on the show, who actually brought it to television and took it around to get picked up. And everybody turned it down except for Garth and Sierra at Warner Brothers. And I remember her asking me, who would you most want to work with right now? And I just said, you know, that's a great question. But my answer is, I just want to be right here, right now, because it's very clear that this is something very special. We have the right writers with the right actors at the right time. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than right here. So I thought that was an aha moment for me at that time. So I learned to deal with it, and thank you for thinking it was good. I did not like season 4, Angel, when I was pregnant with my son and I was the Beast. I did not play that well. I never bought it. I didn't like it. I don't know. That whole season, I would have rather just wiped off. Connor.
You know, the thing is that we're often evil in real life. You know, I think that, no, really, the evil is when you hurt people on purpose, for reasons that are not self-defense, you know, either selfishness or chosen ignorance or just, you know, maliciousness. And we do this. We all do it to each other all the time. But the thing is, we all think we're heroes. We all, in our own little movie, in our own little head, we're always the hero. But so, I just, whether you were perceiving that I was evil or not, I never did. I always thought I was the hero, whether I was being given dialogue that was good guy dialogue or bad guy dialogue. It just seemed the same thing. That's the end of my answer. Good question.